Yes, sir. What is going on, YouTube? It is your boy Denali, aka Don Squally, and today we are back with another Nissan Altima video. In today's video, I'm going to be gathering a couple of the spare parts that I have kicking around the garage, and we're going to be installing some HIDs in the front headlights of this car. Now, luckily for me, over the last year or so, I have acquired quite a few different parts for this car. So what I think I'm going to be doing is getting some HIDs to install on this car. Now, not that long ago, I ended up parting out my buddy's 2.5 SE, which we did a 8000K HID install on quite a while ago. Pretty sure I got a video of that somewhere on the channel. Of course, autofocus is killing me right now. So what I'm going to do now is jump up in the attic. We're going to see if I can find the light bulbs that go in these headlights. And then I'm pretty sure I got a couple spare ballast kicking around, and we are going to go ahead and install them on the 3.5 SER. Now, I can't lie, I have been a bit of a hoarder the last year since we got the garage built, and that is allowing me to do a lot of things on this car for relatively cheap, if not completely free. So I'm going to take you guys up in the attic with me. I'm going to show you the little stash of parts that I have. I'm going to grab the HIDs out of the spare set of headlights that I have up there. And if I'm not mistaken, I should have an HID ballast right there. As well as an HID ballast right here. And with all the parts combined, at the end of today's video, we should have some working HIDs installed on the Altima. So I'm going to go ahead, get upstairs, and I guess I'll flip the camera back on when we get up there. Alrighty, and we are up in the attic right now. Right here we have a bunch of Nissan Altima parts. Under here, Mazda 3 part. I actually have more Altima parts here. Those are off of the minivan. Got a couple of Sentra parts here, and we have the Maxima section and the G35 section. But the parts that we are looking for today are going to be coming out of this stock set of 2.5 SE headlights. Now, I'm thinking of maybe doing a custom set of headlights over the winter time using these headlights. We'll take them apart, do some custom painting to the reflectors on the inside. I'm thinking yellow and purple, sealing them back up, and then polishing the outside. Now, by the looks of it, it looks like I already took the light bulbs out of these headlights. Doesn't look like I have either of them, so they have to be somewhere downstairs. So I guess what I'm going to do, instead of getting the headlights out of this car, is going on a hunt and seeing where I have placed them. One thing I'm going to do, however, is take these covers right here, since with the HID install, I am going to have to drill out the back cover here in order to fit the HID wires. I don't think I need anything else out of here, so I'm just going to grab the caps for now. We're going to go ahead, hunt down the actual bulbs, and then we're going to continue on with this install. Alrighty, so you guys may have already seen, but the light bulbs actually ended up being inside of this drawer right here. This is them right here. Now, it doesn't say anywhere the actual temperature of these, but I'm pretty sure that they're 8000K. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead, pop the hood. We're going to get the stock light bulbs out of here. Now, I think I should be able to reach, actually, I've got the fender well out here, so it might actually be easier to just go into the back here to reach that one. And then I'm probably gonna have to remove this little snorkel portion here to get to the other back cap, which I don't have the light on, but it is tucked in behind here. So I'm gonna go ahead, do that right now, and hopefully this doesn't take too long, because I know when I did it on my buddy's 2.5, I was having a hell of a time actually trying to get the bulb back in, but I just tested them upstairs on the spare lights, and I think this should be a relatively easy process. By the way, you guys can follow me on my new Instagram, Young Vape God Official. Just kidding, Instagram is still at Don Squally. Just thought I'd make a little joke there. I know it wasn't that funny. So now that I got the wheel turned, fender liner is out. I don't know what that was. Rock sitting up in there. I guess I should get the other fender liner in here. Go ahead. Give this a little twist. Just like that. Should be able to get this light out relatively easy here. Apparently not. Maybe we'll go in from the top. There we go. That's where it is right there. So I'm going to get 2 hands to do this because one-handed, ow, it's kind of scratching my hand up a little bit. That kind of sucks. Maybe I'll take the coolant reservoir tank out, make it a little bit easier on my life here. Okay, so with the reservoir tank out, it looks like I have a much easier access to the back cover here. So again, I'm going to turn the camera off, pull this light bulb out, and we should be able to go ahead and install the new one relatively easily. Alrighty, so light bulb and cover is off here. Now the reason you have to drill out this hole is so you can actually fit the HID plugs through it. So what I'm going to do is install the lights, feed these wires through, and then we should be able to find somewhere to mount the ballast underneath the engine bay. Okay, so first bulb is installed. As you can see, ran the 2 plugs for the light bulbs to plug into the ballast out this modified drilled hole right here. So if you guys are installing these for the first time, you will have to drill out that hole just a little bit. Now, because I'm not running a fender liner right now, I am going to be filling that hole up with a little bit of silicone just to keep the water out of there. I would recommend you do the same. And now what I'm going to be able to do is plug this into our ballast, and that should also plug into the ballast. Right here is going to be connection number 1, and right here is going to be connection number 2. So I'm going to go ahead, do that right now. Now what I like to do with my ballast is mount them somewhere that they're easily accessible, because if something does go out, it's usually the ballast that takes a crap first. To be honest, I've never had a light bulb burn out on me. It's always been the ballast. So I'm going to go ahead, probably place that somewhere in this general vicinity. Maybe mount it, I don't know, to this box or something right here, the fuse box. But I'm going to go ahead, plug everything up, find out my location, and then we're going to do a quick test of it and make sure that everything's working properly. Alrighty, so light number 1 is installed. I did rip part of the insulation on the positive connector here, so I just used some electrical tape, but the light is plugged in. This is going to the stock power from the car, I should say. So what I'm going to do now is turn on the headlights, make sure this is working. Now these did come out of a working car, so it should work, hopefully. And as you can see, we got some nice blue HID light being transmitted. So I'm going to go ahead, move on over to the other side. Now it is going to be the same process relatively. I'm going to have to just remove this little duct right here, and I should be able to reach in the back relatively easy. So I'm going to go ahead, install the driver's side off camera. Then I'm going to show you guys where I am going to mount my ballast, somewhere that's easily accessible, so if we do burn out a ballast, we can change them easily. And then I guess I'll throw in a couple of night shots. Obviously, I'll have to wait until it's nighttime, but you guys won't have to wait, obviously, because it's YouTube. Alrighty, so passenger bulb is in. I just dropped one of the grounds for my light bulb. No big deal, I'll grab that later. So all I had to do was remove this little intake duct right here, as well as this snorkel piece. If you still have the stock intake, I'd recommend completely removing that just for easier access. So now what I'm going to do is plug in the ballast into the light bulb, as well as the stock power, which is right here. And we're going to go ahead, test this one. If it works, I'm going to put everything back together, show you guys where I'm going to mount my ballast, and then we'll talk a little bit about where I got these bulbs from. Okay, so ballast and everything is connected. I'm going to go ahead, turn on the headlights real quick, make sure everything is working. And as you can see, we have 2 functioning HID lights. Now, for whatever reason, this side seems to be quite a bit brighter. Oh, this one's starting to heat up. It might just be the camera angle here. But there you have it, nice blue lights. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is put everything back together. We're going to go ahead, ooh, that is nice, almost purpley. Put everything back together, and then I'm going to go ahead and explain to you guys where I think you should get your HIDs from. Alrighty, so everything is wrapped up. Put my intake duct on here. Now what I did was I mounted one ballast right here with a zip tie. And then I went ahead and mounted another ballast right here, just on this little bundle of wires here. Everything's nice and sturdy. Now the reason I would recommend keeping your ballast somewhere easily accessible is, like I say, these are more often than not going to be the thing that burns out. So it's nice to just have the ballast where you can just go in, unplug it, put another one in without having to dig around for it. So that's what I would recommend. Now, a lot of people always ask me where I get my HID kits, and to be honest, my answer has always been eBay. You could pick these up for probably under 20 bucks with both ballasts and the bulbs that you need. And in my opinion, they do the same as, let's say, $100, $200 kit. Now, one thing about the HIDs, like I say, is that the ballast always are the thing that goes out first with these. So for me, I do have a ballast right there that's a spare, and I'm pretty sure I have one in the smaller shed just across the yard. Actually, I've got another one just sitting right here, so I would recommend buying a couple extra ballasts. So what I think I'm going to do is throw in a little night clip here. Now obviously I'm still sitting in the garage, but from experience, I pretty much know what they're going to look like. And as you can see, I got the yellow fog lights in there, and they just look a hell of a lot brighter than the stock headlights. I just like the look of HIDs. I know a lot of people say that they blind people on the road and blah, 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 but this car is lowered only on the front, so the projection is actually going down compared to what it would be at the stock ride height. So I don't think that I'm going to have an issue. Obviously, these headlights don't have projectors on them, but overall, I just think they're going to look 10 times better. So with that being said, I think I'm probably going to put an end to this video. Now, I do have to take the radiator out of the SER parts car. I have somebody who wants to buy it from me, and unfortunately, I just wanted to get this project done before I tackled this project. But that's pretty much it. So if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to smash that like button. If you guys want to see more Altima content and you're not subscribed, I suggest you do so. We're going to be paint matching the bumpers very soon, putting on some side splitters. Black SER trim is going to be coming off the SER parts car and going on the Altima. And I'm also going to do a little how-to to show you guys how you can actually make your stock chrome trim that comes on these cars black for those of you guys who don't have access to a parts car like I do. But I'm thinking that's pretty much it. So as always, I just want to say thank you guys for watching. And we're going to catch y'all mofos at the next one, man. Peace.